And all greetings, this is Gilles Monsieur. I wanted to come and say hello. I hope you're having a wonderful day. For today is the beginning of the Chinese New Year, the year of the pig, and it's the beginning so it is really going to be a year for abundance, a year for organizing all the material, to organize all the material aspect of our life. So, and it is the beginning of the lunar year, and so it is very important. It's a brand new start today. So let us rejoice and celebrate that new start. So I'm going to pull a few cards of the Chinese deck. It is a beautiful, very soft, very gentle deck. I'm going to pull 12 cards to address each 12 signs, and all 12 aspects of the consciousness for the 12 constellations are addressing all aspects of consciousness. So first is what is potential for everyone, so most especially for Aries, but it is important to stop fighting. It is the Seven of Swords, to get rid of doubts, to get rid of fear. We do need to address all those inner issues, and we have to stop fighting against ourselves. It is very important. Once we stop doing this inner fight, we let go of the doubts about ourselves, about others, about the potential of this self-realization. We'll find the Two of Coins, we'll find magic, we'll find romance, we'll find ease, we'll find grace, we'll find the joy within existence. So all of that is potential, but we have to stop this inner fight. Is essential. What we need to do is to fight ourselves, for all is one in a sense. Then for the Taurus more especially, but for everyone, is what we possess already. And what we possess right now is the Knight of Swords. So it is the card of intuition. It is the ability to escape any situation, to fly anywhere, to move from place to place in our mind, in our consciousness. We have this ability to let go of any situation. Well, it is a very powerful, a very potent power to be able to find this freedom where we can actually fly out anywhere, we use our consciousness to let go of any situation. For everything will be fine, as long as we have to follow whatever direction we feel. It's not out of fear we do that, it's out of wisdom, out of consciousness. Then for Gemini, but for everyone, is what we communicate, is our friends, are traveling. And here we have the Two of Cups. So once again, it is a very romantic time, very romantic year, romantic day, romantic week, romantic month, romantic year. It is a poet that's making this great poem in order to invoke the power of the moon and the power of romance. And so all of this is like, as we invoke, we call on those magic power of romance. They will manifest into our life. Then in Cancer, for Cancer especially, but for everybody, it's for the inner plane, the inner world, the home environment, the immediate environment. And here we have the Knight of Coins. So here the Knight of Coins is He's like a warrior. He's got this very powerful army, and his idea is that nothing can stop him. He's very, very powerful. So maybe he's not moving really fast. He's not going to move very fast, but nothing can stop him. So everything is progressing along a very slow but sure path. It's like everything is moving forward. Then on the heart is the Leo, especially Leo, but for everyone is the heart, the creative potential, the love, the family, the children. And here we have the Knight of Wand, yes, the Knight of Staff here. Is the King of Staff, and here it's a card of wisdom. We have integrated that wisdom. It is this king that's with those beautiful women around him and he's fully integrated within his wisdom. He's got the knowledge. He's got the wisdom. He's the seer. He's able to see beyond the veil. He's able to know, and this comes from the heart, the wisdom of the heart. So we do want to stay in touch with the heart. Then in Virgo, for everyone, it is how we nourish ourselves materially and spiritually. And here it is the Ace of Coins. It is the success, the inner and outer success. We deserve our success. It is all very, very deserved. We all have planted all the seeds. We have nourished the trees. Now the fruits are coming, and so it's about harvesting the fruits, and it's about manifesting all this inner success and accepting the outer success. For we are unique. There is nobody like you in the whole universe, and so you are very precious. This no matter how imperfect we may think we are, or where we are, no matter where we are, in truth we are eternal divine beings of love and light that were created by God at the origin point, equal in potential to this source, but we're already divine, we're already perfect, and anything less is denying your true nature, is denying who you are. So recognize yourself as this love, and recognize that you deserve this success. for there are certain things that needs to be addressed, there's certain inner works, for we need to address our personal issues. But when this is done, the base is clear, then everything flows. Then in Libra, which is the social realm, what all the relationship, professional, personal, romantic, everything that has to do with relationship. Here we have the High Priestess, so she's the card of intuition. It is the card of magic. There is a great deal that will be revealed, but yet life reveals itself little by little. We do not know exactly sometimes how, or we do not know when, but we know what it is. We know what we want. We know what we need, and so by knowing what we want and what we need, we can stay focused on that, because rather than focus on the point that we do not have it, or that we doubt that we can get it. If we doubt that we can get it, or we doubt that what we need or what we want, then the things will take longer. But as we know that, we know what we need, we know what we want, we have choice on that, then we can choose to be able to receive it, to put ourselves in a position to receive it. And so there is a great deal of intuitive power and knowledge that will come through relationship this year. Then in Scorpio, which is for the Scorpio particularly, but for everyone, it is what comes from the depths of the subconscious, from the root, for the root is really the base, is really where the challenges are. Usually it traits about sex, about death, about money, all those things of the soul. And here we have the Lovers, beautiful card of the Lovers. So the Lover will manifest through the clearing up of the base. The Lovers will manifest, and it's a beautiful romantic. Once again, there's a great deal of romance and charm and grace that manifests from the inner depths as well. For it is a quality, a condition of our own consciousness that attracts the right partners into our life. In Sagittarius, for the Sagittarius particularly, but for everyone, it's the law, the concern, the philosophy. Sagittarius has a double aspect. It's got the earthly aspect and a celestial aspect. It is the centaur Chiron, and in a sense, it is the strength of the horse and the intelligence of man. And so, in general, in the tarot, it is, or in astrology, it is the constellation of philosophy, the higher mind, the higher philosophy. And here, it's not to be entrapped in materialism, and not to worry, not to let ourselves be entrapped in materialism, and not to let ourselves be distracted by interference, by things that can distract our will in order to achieve what we want. Once we get that, we can focus on the King of Swords. It is the businessman. It is the one who is organized, who has the power of organization and is sharp within his organization. So do not let yourself be distracted by the lack, by the illusions of lack, for tuning to the abundance that is already there. Life is abundant from within you. There's a great central sun within the depths of the heart that we have forgotten. We have to, there is a great deal of the inner planes exist within ourselves. This morning I woke up with a very strange dream. I realized this dream was a fourth dimensional experience, and it's like I was coming out from fourth into third dimension. But there is inner depths that we want to let this inner self comes out. This inner self, this is the soul. The soul is ourself. It is a divine being of eternal glory. And this is the soul that is really hard on us, because if we refuse to face our own fear, our own doubts, our own shadows, and we bottle it up through habits or whatever, then those things will get even more and more and more uncomfortable. For there is this divine light wants to manifest within ourselves, but we have to clear it up. So we have to accept to be uncomfortable, to be comfortable with the uncomfortable for a while, to traverse this dark night of the soul, to go through this valley of the shadows of the dead. But all of this is just an illusion. Focus on the light while you're there, no matter what. It's like it is all, know that it is all an illusion, and call on the angel, call on the archangels, call on the ascended master. They will reaffirm you. They will call on your guides. They will let you know. So it's about getting organized, letting go of all those doubts and those fears, in order to move ourselves into a position where we can be open to receiving this abundance. Then what comes to us from Capricorn, and the Capricorn is the mother. It's Amalte, it's the great mother. It is also the sign of, it's a patriarchal sign. It's ironical because it's what comes from the mother of the universe, but it is a patriarchal sign in the sense that it's all about organization and structure. Right, Pluto and Saturn. Saturn is going to catch up onto Pluto, and then Jupiter is going to come, and next year it's going to be a great, everything's going to be shaking down, the whole society, because I'm addressing the inner thing that we need to address to find this freedom and happiness, but we live in a society and everything is connected. There is just the outer plane is just a facade. everything will be affected by the inner transformation of what's going on from the inner plane. And here we have justice. So we need to restore justice. For a very long time we live in the Kali Yuga, so the darkness was overcoming, was always the last word over the light. There's two shows that are being run. One is the show of the Brothers of Darkness and the collective ego, and then the show which promotes darkness, fear, separation, control. And then there is the shows of the Company of Heaven, of the Family of Light and the Soul, that promotes freedom, love, and understanding, and enlightenment. And those shows are always produced. God is supporting both shows. But now, since 2012, the light is always given superiority. So it should be easy to, once you understand that, to always let the light overtake every form of darkness that may manifest within your life. And then justice is balance and equilibrium. And so it will be coming, it is coming from the universe. There is divine justice, so all kinds of things. Some dark truths may be coming up to the picture, to be released, to be known, so that we can liberate that until we cannot bottle it up. Societies, all kinds of societies being ruled by the darkness, and so there's from the fourth dimension, it's been manipulated. The fear has been introduced into the dreams to keep man in bondage. So now we need to liberate that, to go through them, to move into the higher planes of the fourth dimension. And then in Aquarius, which happy birthday to all the Aquarius, moving to this new moon in Aquarius. And so and it's for everybody, it's the hope, it is the dream, it is the friends. And here we have strength. It's a beautiful card of heart opening. It is the control of the tiger. The tiger is fear. And so here it's like we are mastered of the fear. We are stronger than the fear. It's like this person is like, so it is about being it is what we hope, what we wish, but it is really what is happening, to allow the love of the heart to overtake every fear. And so that's where from there we'll find freedom. Then in Pisces, so especially for Pisces, but for everybody, is the karma, which is inevitable. And here we have the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is the card of sexual fulfillment. It is the passion, the enjoyment of the sexual nature. So we'll be able, sexuality has been very demonized in society. It has been commercialized. It's been mistreated. It's like men and women have been degraded in their sexual function. For all of it is truly divine. Once you respect ourselves, we respect your partner, and you connect through love, through a soul connection. This sexuality is bringing a lot of amazing transformation, and for me, I have my moon in Scorpio, so as moon in Scorpio, a lot of my understanding and initiation comes through the process of sexuality. But for everybody, it's going to be a year that will be able to unfold the sexual nature. We want to be clear. We want to clear all our fears, all these roots, all the roots, so that we can be free to enjoy sexuality in an open-minded and open-hearted situation. And then the outcome will be the Knight of Staff. The Knight of Staff is the Knight of Staff, in a sense, is like moving into it's a messenger. There will be messengers that will be coming to bring good news. The tiger of fear is like, it's not even exist anymore. It's like, it's just a carpet that he can stand on, and it's like so the tiger is like, it's been completely vanished. So the fear will be completely gone. So allow this messenger. It's like moving from fear into love, from darkness into light. And so it's very, very powerful. A very powerful time. Well, I hope this message will resonate with you, has resonated with you. Now is the time really to be able to laugh at things that used to make us afraid, that used to make us angry, to make us frustrated. It's like, thank God that those things are over. We are moving, but we do need to address all those issues in order to find freedom. We need to accept a certain purification, to accept to be uncomfortable for a moment. The time we liberate all those darker energy, because if we do not feel it or recognize it or acknowledge it, they will continue to exist and nag us from the darkness, from the unconscious. And if as we accept, we allow, and we pass through that, we're moving into new level of full consciousness. Full consciousness is the fifth dimension, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 11, 12, and 13, and so on. But originally we were 12-dimensional being, and we descended through the frequency in order to integrate this matrix. But now we need to reopen those matrix, those memories. For it is the soul that is creating all those things. It's our own soul that is creating this whole show. And our soul can be really hard on us. God is never hard on us. Spirit, angels are never hard on us. They only respond to the will of God. Spirit guides are always kind to us. But it is our own soul that can be really hard on us. But because it needs for us to learn what we need to learn. And at any point we can call on the assistance of archangels For the law of God is grandiose, is magnificent. Everybody that exists in the higher plane live within this law of God, this law of one, and they have this marvelous experience of divinity because they're integrated within the law. But here in the lower frequency, in the lower dimensions, we are entrapped within the labyrinth of the ego mind, and so we always we always suffer because of this lower understanding of the law. We are working on the lower process of the law, so we want to accept the law, accept the unity of things. And to let go of the ego in order to move into this higher frequency, so we can discover our soul frequency, our soul group, our monad, and then fuse with our I am presence. Because once we shift into the fifth dimension, it's the first step into eternal consciousness level of full integration. It will be forever. We will never return to suffering, never return to pain, never return to doubts. So we don't know when, we don't know how, but we know this is really what we want. We want to fuse in, return to our integral, our sovereign integral self, understanding that all of it is available now through the vertical pillar of light. It may be just a string of light that we can allow, if we can allow our consciousness through the breathing to travel all the way down to the center of the planet, all the way up to the great central sun. And the more we practice these energies, those energies, then eventually it will become a pillar of light where our whole body will be integrated. We may lose this form, we'll turn into a sacred fire essence. Then we'll manifest this plasma body, the avatar body. For the Buddha has find serenity, it's free from the world. But as the Bodhisattva, it needs to stay here, to be reminded of the suffering of others. For there is this compassion, this need to assist those who are entrapped within the veil of their own, within the darkness of their consciousness. They do not know who they are, and so we need to remind them we are here to assist and to help. I already spoken about those two levels of those two shows that are being produced, and to understand that both shows are being empowered by the creation, but the light is being given superior power now, so trust that. No, you are the light. Light is your essence. Light is all that is. There is nothing but light. The darkness is just a temporal illusion. It is a shadow. It is something that blocks the light in order to show you that was created for evolution purposes. For we want to achieve this recalibration, the passage into higher octaves of consciousness. It's about connecting, breathing, smiling, calling on spirit, so that we can reconnect, to feel that connection. And the astral planes, the realm of dream, are being illuminated. There is still unconscious darkness that needs to, all unconscious darkness will have to be liberated one way or the other, and let the veil will fall when it is the time. Whenever something is ready, we know whenever we are ready to receive an information, receive an empowerment, receive a relationship, receive an opportunity, it is there. It is about connecting to this divine timing. And to understand the unity of it all. Everything is one. Those two forces, what elevates us is God, but what brings us down is also God. It's also one. It is also so it's about working with those forces to be elevated slowly but surely, to dance with this energy, to work on a dance of creation. The card of the day for this moon is about living. I know I'll be leaving really soon. There's some life is calling me around the world, calling me. There is a great call, and so we want to be free to travel, free to live. It's about living or traveling. So it's about get your bags ready, be ready, be free to live. Trust that sometimes we don't know, well, yeah, but I can't because of this or because of that. No, trust the details will be arranged. Once you're ready to engage and to embark on a new journey, the universe will take care of the details. Also, what do you focus on? What do you think about? What is your focal point? What we think about is essential, because this is what we tune into. So let's spend time to focus on exactly what we want, exactly to focus on our dream of the amazing possibility of receiving that which is the highest potential, the highest good for ourselves, our highest dream. And we don't know, just ask God, what is my highest potential? Manifest it for me, show me, tell me what I have to do to be ready for it. Just ask and you will receive. It's about breathing very much, breathing light, breathing consciousness. When you breathe in, say, well, do not forget to breathe. A lot of people breathe, but they don't know they're breathing. The heartbeat and the breath is like something that's given naturally. We don't need to think about it for our heart to beat or for to breathe. But when we become conscious of our breath, we can breathe in this light, breathe in this love, and we breathe out the stress, we breathe out the fear, we breathe out all the things that we do not want, so that we become all light, Oxygen is a magnificent thing. It's the more oxygen, the more we are able to oxygenate our body, the more pure and the more it is spiritual energy. Those have been shown a long time ago. Those oxygen atoms, it's got this polychromatic aura. I don't know how to call it. It's like an electromagnetic field around the atom that's like polychromatic. It's got this orange and white and diamond frequency. It's very impossible to describe, but it's a beautiful atom. And we want to use that to eliminate the carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide. I quit smoking about 40 days ago, so it feels really good. It took me a very long time. I have to forgive myself for years of abuse on that level, although I channeled through my heart, so I could still continue with my ascension. But now finding my breath is going to be liberating for more oxygen. Oxygen is really what we want, is to free ourselves. So do not judge yourself if you've been trapped into those energies. For we do feel that sometimes those things relax us and it calms us down, but in essence it doesn't. When we feel like a need for a cigarette or something, it is just your body reminding you have a mortal poison that invaded your body, and that's why you're not comfortable. So just use it as wave. Just once you go over the wave, like 30 seconds later, it will go. And now, before 2012, it was really hard. You used to come and come, but now it's like those feelings really are much easier to deal with. So trust that you can do that with grace and ease, and then be done with it. Just take care of your physical health. Physical body health will be very important this year. I'm not trying to give you a lesson. I've been smoking for 40 years. I have to, sometimes when you stop smoking, you see people smoking around the streets. Oh, it smells good. I wish I was still there, because this nostalgic idea, or like, but no, I mean, it's like you become more conscious and you become more empowered. And you release all kinds of stress that is no longer necessary. So it's important also to connect to others on a soul level, whether it's personal, on business level, whether it's intimate or romantic level. Ask to connect on a soul level, work from the soul, from the inner plane, from your heart, and there will be a lot more meaning that will be revealed within the consciousness, and the relation becomes a lot more meaningful as well for the other people we are connected to. Well, I hope this message was meaningful and interesting for you, entertaining maybe. I will finish with a little song, so just to finish with a little song, because it's an old song about grace. It goes like this: Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved the wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. When we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, we've no less days to sing God's praise than when we first begun. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Thank you for sticking till the end. Reminds us that we want to be as bright as the shining sun, for the sun is the nature of the soul. It is the light. We are just as bright as the sun in truth. It is our true nature. It is the provider. It is the giver of love, the giver of light. So we want to move from physical, material, earth matter to a shining light, to move back to our solar nature, and so to find the bridge, the rainbow bridge, all the way back to the sun, so that we can be shining as the sun, and to bring this light back down into the earth, so that the earth can enjoy the warmth and the beauty of we can remind other people of their shining light as well. Well, I thank you very much. I wish you a wonderful day, a wonderful week, a wonderful moon, and a wonderful year of this new year of the pig. Thank you very much. Namaste.